I have a feeling that my question has something to do with the mixing up of the subjective and the objective and the experiential and the abstract. But you were referring to your metaphor, Amoda, of the box in infinite space, right? And how the space within the box comes to realize that the space that itself, you could say, the space within the box realizes that the space outside the box is the same as the space within the box. All right. And so you said that that might feel like a return to source, right? But it's really not a return to source because it's always been there. And so it strikes me then that the term awareness and source of awareness, there's a sort of redundancy there. Source of awareness and awareness refer to the same thing.
Yes, yes. And yet in our perspectives, that's all it is. In a human perspective, that knowing that you're referring to, that knowing, that recognition, that's what it is, that recognition is completely obscured by the not knowing of it. Do you understand? Yeah. The not knowing of it, the non-recognition of it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
obscures that knowing that there is no distance between awareness and the source of awareness. Therefore, even referring to it in that way is redundant. It becomes redundant. It always was redundant, but it becomes redundant in the knowing of it. So it is a return, if you like, because if we look at human consciousness, human perspective, as it gets lost in the me self or entrapped, enclosed in the me self, which is the unconscious default position of the majority of humanity, and the journey we each go on from being born to becoming adult and so on, and then going on the search again. Because as a newborn, it is already that. There isn't a box yet, but it's not conscious of it. So it's not known, it's not recognized. So we have to come to consciously recognize it. That's part of our maturation or our journey as of a human being. Yeah. So there is a kind of return.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But on another level, there isn't any return at all. Yeah. So they're both true depending on the perspective.
Yeah, yeah. So there's really nothing behind consciousness. Unless, and again, here's maybe an issue of perspective. Unless you say the aware eye, the eye of awareness itself is that. That is the origin.
You would say awareness without even an I in it. Just awareness without any I. That's the origin. As soon as there's an individuation born, then there is an I. That I either gets lost in the content, in the box of that individuated experience, or it becomes aware of its origin, which is always here anyway.
Which is itself.
is itself, yes.